Hello, in this video, I'll be talking about how you can accelerate the manifestation of your soul purpose and spiritual gifts. We're living in a world now where everything is accelerating. We are enlightening, awakening, feeling our light and our divine selves, and now we want to bring that into the physical world. And so you may be in a position where you're feeling the callings and the urgings of your soul. Perhaps you're awakening some of your spiritual gifts, and you're recognizing the strength of your intuition and your psychic abilities or your spiritual abilities. You may also be feeling the density or the struggle of the physical world, or as we call it, the third dimensional world, the third dimension. And so with awakening these abilities, you may also, on the other side of that, be feeling the density of the world or the density of your reality. And perhaps you want to make a shift in your reality. You want to birth more of your gifts and have more of a fulfilling lifestyle and reality. Perhaps you want to work with your spiritual gifts full time and actually be immersed in that fifth dimensional reality. And this is what I call a transitionary state, is that you're going through a process of transitioning between a third dimensional reality and a fifth dimensional reality. And the fifth dimensional reality is one of the heart, is one of your soul and your higher self. When you're fulfilling and living in your fifth dimensional reality, you're co-creating in alignment with the universe, with your soul and your higher self, which means that you're birthing your greater purpose, your greater destiny, more on a spiritual level. And so this is what it really means to live your fifth dimensional reality, is that you're manifesting and co-creating in alignment to your spiritual gifts. And in this new dimension, you become of greater service to humanity, to spread your light, to support people with their transformation process, to support people with their awakening journey. And so everyone's skills and purpose looks a bit different, but ultimately when you're fulfilling your fifth dimensional reality or purpose, it's something creative, spiritual, of a higher meaning, a higher purpose to supporting humanity in some way. I have been through this transitionary state myself. I used to work in corporate many years ago, and I finally made that transition between the corporate world and being able to work full-time for myself. But my full-time work was all around supporting people with my spiritual gifts, with my voice, with my teachings, with my wisdom. And so I understand this process of making this transition, and this is what I want to talk to you about. The number one most important thing whilst you're in this transitionary state, whilst you're living a reality that you know you want to shift and change, is to always listen to your soul. And by listening to your soul, I mean bring more joy and excitement into your life. Your soul wants you to do things that awaken passion, awaken creative fire in you. So it's about listening to your heart, listening to your body, and actually doing what feels good and right to you. Spending some time doing activities that actually awaken your joy. And this is all part of you opening up to a greater connection to your soul and your soul's purpose. Is you have to take those little steps. And those little steps, like I say, is creating that time and space for you to play, to be your inner child self, to remind yourself of what you used to love as a child, what used to spark your imagination, or what creative activities did you love to do. And this is not about it being a serious pursuit or a serious activity. It's actually just about opening your creative channel. So your creative channel can be opened up just through warming yourself up in different creative activities, such as drawing or painting. And these could all just be scribbles. And it doesn't actually have to be anything artistic or anything you're particularly good at. It's just something to awaken your playfulness and your creativity and the joy and the spark of your inner child self. And so it's about giving yourself time for pleasure, to expand in pleasure and to enjoy even the simple things in life, to remind yourself of what actually is pleasurable to you. And perhaps that's like eating chocolate, or putting your feet outside on the grass, going for a walk in the forest, visiting your favorite cafe, or drinking your favorite drink. And it's about awakening those simple joys in your body and really appreciating those moments of enjoying some of these things. And when you start from this small place, it becomes greater and greater. So it's like you're training yourself to be connected to your soul again. You awaken to the simple pleasures of life, but gradually that will start to expand into greater pursuits and greater creative passions and greater curiosity as to different things you want to learn and expand into. So even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes a week even, to be able to put that time aside for your joy. Do not ever put this down or put this as your last priority, because then you will always remain stuck in the loop that you may be in. In order for you to break out of the cycle and create positive shifts in your reality, you have to listen to your soul and honor your soul's urges. And so, like I say, these are feelings of excitement and joy. It's like that little spark of excitement, like, oh, I can't wait to do this, or oh, that sounds so exciting, or I can't wait to learn how to cook, or how to do pottery, or how to paint, whatever it may be. And it's even about going out of your comfort zone and exploring new workshops, new courses, new group environments, new institutions that you can sign yourself up to actually explore new realms of expression for yourself. And this is all about soul searching. And soul searching is really, really important when it comes to manifesting, accelerating, and anchoring your soul purpose into this world. It's all about searching for what you love. And it's also about experiencing what you don't love. So it's all about experimentation and exploring and experimenting with new things, trying new things out, learning new skills, different arts, different music or singing or nature or outgoing pursuits, whatever it may be. It's all about exploring what feels good and right to you. And so it is about putting yourself out into different circumstances, or as you say, out of the box or out of your comfort zone that you may not have ever chosen to do before. And this is really the key here. This is how you expand into your soul's potential, is being able to expand and break free of any limitations and explore new things and try new things. Also, if you have any skills already that you are really passionate about, it's about creating more time for those skills as well, for you to really express and evolve into some of those gifts that you already acquire. If those gifts require you to practice, perhaps you are a healer and you want to practice some of these healing skills in a session, then I invite you to start practicing, because any skills that you have now, it is important that you practice them in order to evolve them, to develop them into something that's greater and bigger for your purpose. But don't forget, this is the feminine way. It is not the masculine way. The masculine way wants to know everything and have a plan for everything and have a reason for everything. But remember, the feminine way is all about exploring without attachment. It's about exploring the unknown without having any plans about how it should come about or how the outcome should be. And so it's not about having a planned outcome. It's about exploring and playing without any planned outcome. And so this is your feminine self, because your soul purpose, your gifts to birth this fifth dimensional reality, is about you strengthening into your feminine gifts and your feminine way of being, which is something that typically does not come very naturally to us in this generation per se, because of the way we've grown up in the society that we've grown up in. And so we're strengthening the connection to our feminine essence and our gifts. And that is like a muscle that we have to strengthen and practice into, because it's something that we weren't templated with usually when we were brought up. And that's because of the way society has been built. And that's because of many different reasons from our past and from human civilization and human evolution. And so really what the most important thing to embrace now is that we're all in a state of awakening our feminine selves and accessing our divine feminine gifts. This is what everybody is doing right now. This is what we need in order to come into balance, alignment, enlightenment, for our evolution, for the manifestation of our desires, our passions, our abundance, all those things. It's all about coming back to the feminine self and to accessing the divine feminine force within you, which is accessible within any gender and any body. And so this can also look like embracing your priestess path and learning more about what a priestess is and how you can begin to do more priestess rituals in your life to support you with connecting to your feminine energy. Remember, your feminine energy is not about your external self. It's about your internal self. It's all about you nurturing your heart, nurturing your body, listening to your body, doing what feels right for your body, being able to set boundaries and say no to something that you're contracting to. So it's also about learning to listen to yourself, right? It's about listening to the needs of your soul, the needs of your higher self, the needs of your body, and really honoring that. And you'll be able to figure that out along the way. There might be some things that you say yes to, but deep down you really wanted to say no, and perhaps you weren't fully conscious of that. And so you go to this thing that you said yes to, and then it starts to not feel aligned. And then you think to yourself, I did have a feeling about that. And so it's about strengthening that feeling and being able to listen to that feeling more and more, because that feeling is the guidance of your soul and higher self. And your soul and higher self always wants to guide you to your highest path and purpose. And that means it will want to say no to people, environments, and situations that do not serve your highest path. And so this is about you learning to be discerning about protecting your energy, protecting your light, protecting your energy field and your body, and doing only what supports you and only what feels right to you. Surrounding yourself with people who have positive energy, supportive energy, loving energy, and not accepting anything else that falls outside of that. The more you practice all of these attributes and skills and boundaries that I'm talking about, the deeper you will connect to your soul purpose and to your soul's calling. And therefore, the more you're able to have the courage to listen to your soul, to have the courage to say no, to have the courage to say, I don't want to do that, or to even have the courage to change your mind. It's all about having the fearlessness to speak your truth, to be honoring to your body's truth. And there can be a lot of fear and blockages with that in the throat chakra, because you're learning to unblock all these old ancient fears, genetic and ancestral fears, past life fears, that it is safe to speak your truth. And this is really what it's all about. When you're living your soul's purpose and your soul's calling, you're living your absolute truth. And so you're being truthful with yourself, with how you feel, with who you are, with what you want. You're actually honoring your own truth. And that is something in itself, is to be able to listen to your own truth and honor it, because the majority of the time, people do not do that. People do not honor their truth. They push their truth down and they operate from the ego, from the mind, or from fear, or wanting to please others, wanting to meet others' expectations. And this is all around giving your power away. Then you're giving your power away to all these different types of people for all these different fears and restrictive reasons that aren't really true to you. And so it's about also having the respect for yourself, but showing others, being that example of what it means to respect themselves, right? Because when you respect yourself and you show what that looks like to other people, then they will get a transmission of what it means to respect themselves. And so what I want to do right now to support you to connect to your soul is a little soul meditation practice to connect in with your joy, your inspiration, and your excitement. So just take a moment to close your eyes and drop your mind down into your heart. Release all thoughts, feelings, and concerns into the light. And feel your feet rooting down to the crystal core of Mother Earth, grounding you in. As you see, sense, or feel a clear quartz crystal beneath your feet. And you allow your feet to root into that crystal, allowing your feet to absorb pure crystalline light up your legs and into your body, connecting you into the 5th dimensional crystalline grid of light, resourcing your body with this crystalline light. And you may like to place your left hand on your heart chakra, and take a moment just to feel how your heart feels. And just setting that intent to be open to feeling your heart. And you may like to ask, heart, how do you feel today? And so you may feel some numbness or stuckness, and if you do, then your answer could even be numb or stuck. Also, be aware of your physical sensations. Does your heart feel open, or does it feel tight? Does it feel closed, or does it feel expanded? And so just being aware of the physical sensation of having your hand on your heart chakra. And just set the intent to connect to your emotional self, to connect to your emotional body. How do you feel right now if you were to be totally honest and truthful with yourself? Do you feel disconnected, scattered, or do you feel connected, centered? Just be really open and honest. And take this moment to let your heart and soul know that you would like to listen to them more. I am open to listening to you. I am open to feeling your guidance. And state your intentions. And those intentions might be, I want to align to my joy. I want to feel my joy again. I want to feel excited about something again. State your intentions. And now make an agreement with yourself that you are ready to honor your body. And let your body know, body, I want to honor you. I am here to honor you. I'm here to listen to you. And I want to speak my truth. I want to be aligned to my truth. Now, I want you to take a moment to just feel into the small things in your life that bring you joy and pleasure. The smallest things. It can be cooking your favorite meal. It can be going outside in the sunshine. I just want you to be really aware of these things, to really be aware of the little things that bring you joy and pleasure. And you may also want to write these down. So it's totally up to you if you want to stay in meditation or also just start writing some things down. Or you can just be in stillness and just take a moment to feel. I really want you to feel the joy in your body, to feel the pleasure of eating that chocolate, of eating that piece of fruit. Whatever it is that you really love, that's specific to you, take a moment to really imagine yourself doing it and feel it. And you may just want to take a moment to go into a greater connection to what brings you joy. So you may want to expand some of those simple things into more skills or gifts that you have, or work or projects that you love to do. Take a moment to feel into that now. What is it on a greater scale that you love to do? What brings you joy? What brings you passion? What brings you excitement? Feel into that now. And know that it's safe. It's safe to feel this way. Because society can condition you to think, oh, I can't make money out of this. What's the point of this? I don't have time for this. But then that blocks you from your joy and creativity. Remember, your joy and creativity is not supposed to have a planned outcome. So remove all planned outcomes and just be honest with yourself about what you love to do. Forget about any judgments. Just be honest. What do you love to do? What brings you joy and excitement? And very gently, when you're ready, grounding into the earth, centering within your heart, and slowly opening your eyes and coming back. And so what you may like to do after this practice is to go and get a pen and paper and actually start writing a list of all the things that bring you joy and pleasure, starting from the most simple things and expanding out. And also you can write a list of all the things you love to do as a child, the things that you remember being excited about, the things you remember playing with. Write those down. Like I say, there's no structure or order to this. It's just about honoring what brings you joy. That's all it is. And then allowing yourself to follow those threads or to spend more time in those activities, because the more joy and excitement and passion you bring into your body, the deeper you connect to your soul, then the more you're able to listen to your soul, and the more you're able to take action in alignment to your soul and bring about your soul's purpose and your highest path. So these are all the steps that are required. Enjoy your soul awakening journey. And also, if you're ready to embrace your priestess self and begin mastering your divine feminine journey, anchoring your gifts, birthing your sacred feminine temple, your spiritual business into the world, find out more about my Temple of Sophia Priestess School, where we're actually going to go on a journey to really support you to anchor, awaken, and activate your priestess path. Many blessings.